First, we all know Canberra is a treasure, but how do we convince the rest of the nation? Yesterday, the Australian Heritage Council decided it would try to heritage list the entire city in time for the 2013 centenary. But what does that actually mean? Will it change anything about the way we live in the city and the way it is perceived by others? Adam Shirley spoke with the Heritage Council Chair, Professor Carmen Lawrence.
It is a planned city, from being a sheep station, remote from the centres of civilisation as it might have been seen. It is now seen as a highly desirable place to live and a very beautiful and effective city.
Many iconic places in Canberra are already on the National Heritage List. The Heritage Council is now pushing for the whole city to be added in time for the 2013 centenary.
Well, I think it would help, in the celebrations of the centenary for Canberra to be able to say, and by the way, we are now recognised on the National Heritage List, and it's an agreed position, if that were the case, and I think it will be, of all the interested parties, and it seeks to not only capture the history and heritage of Canberra, but to provide a firm base for its future. In 2009, the council before my time received the first nominations. Canberra is unique. There are a whole range of sites that are separately listed, but the story of Canberra, the original conception, the design and planning and the realisation of that plan, and its link to, obviously this being the centre of our national government, were important stories that we should capture in a national heritage listing. And it also means that when people visit, they can see the links between the various sites that we'd be familiar with. The Parliament House itself, the old Parliament House, the war memorials, all the places that are currently protected but not necessarily interpreted as part of a whole.
The area of Canberra that the heritage listing would apply to hasn't been decided yet. One proposal covers the older inner north and south suburbs, while the other includes the newer outer areas.
At this stage, we don't have firm boundaries. Each of the two nominations has slightly different boundaries, particularly in relation to the two themes that we've identified, the story of the democracy and the history of a planned city. What are the best places to locate the boundaries, given other listings that exist as well? Some people, I guess, are worried that it might affect the decisions that they are to make about new developments and change developments, but they continue to reside with the authorities that currently have that responsibility. What this listing does is to give, if it goes ahead, because we've still got a way to go, but if it were to go ahead and be agreed by the Minister, it would give those authorities, the local government and the national government, additional information on which to make decisions. It doesn't seek to intervene directly in that process. I think the importance of heritage is that it draws attention to what matters, and people have told us what matters. This is a consultative process, so we're not making it up as we go along. This emerges from the people of Canberra, from the research that's undertaken, and it basically identifies what people care about. And if what they care about is about to be disrupted in some serious way, I'm sure they'll let their governments know.
The Australian Heritage Council has to tick off a number of stages in the process, including seeking the views of the community. The heritage assessment is a priority for the council, and it's optimistic the listing will happen.
The idea of the city evolving from a concept in the mind of a man and his wife in this case, and the realisation of that through a much more complex decision-making process to something that still pretty closely resembles the original concept. That's an amazing outcome, I think.
Adam Shirley with that story.